up, everyone? Happy Friday. Happy International Women's Day to Dougie, my
Yep.
guest at the time. But yeah, happy hour. It was long week this week. I know, Dougie, you've been grinding. I've been grinding right at the beginning of work season for us, or for me. Um, but yeah, we're excited to do this Bums Happy Hour. So what our idea for the show is, especially now during 108 tournament, shout out to 108 guys. This is an avenue where people can come on, talk about the 108 tournament, talk about their content, talk about their opponents, talk about all those things. Um, you know, kind of get your name out there and get your content out there. But for now, I guess we should just raise a glass. Dougie, I got my tried and true Modelo, no surprise here. What do you got going on?
I would love to have one of those right about now. I snuck up on a little bit on the diet or whatever when we went out for dinner the other night, and I had myself a couple Modelos. That was the first time I had a couple beers since the country club, man. Man, they
They
tasted
hit
better than ever, man.
once they hit your lips.
Oh my god, dude! I just remember you at the end of the night. You're just like, no, just don't do it. He did it.
Yeah, he did it. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm not your
Right.
dad.
Exactly. But I'm actually gonna try and do a little bottle kill tonight. So got a little EH Taylor small batch, trying to keep it
Okay.
light and simple for the happy hour. But
Holy shit! Look at that pour.
yeah, you got it's Friday, you know. So cheers to you on
All
that.
right, cheers. Yeah, I got a whiskey too. I'm also doing bottle kills. So I've got two bottles, older smoke wagon uncut unfilters. One is
Okay.
batch 87 and one is batch 33. And if you guys follow us as the Bourbon Bums, the old school smoke wagon uncut unfilters were awesome. Now they're
Yeah.
up to like batch 300 and something, and they're just not the same. So yeah, I gotta finish these because fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but once like a bottle is like more than 50% gone, that's
Mhm.
when the oxygen really gets to it. And I know people say bottles open up after a while, but if they're sitting for more than like a year and a half, 2 years, and they're
Yeah.
less than 50% full, that's when they can start getting skunky. So I got some
I
work
know.
to do.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It's like, dude, it's so hard, man. Especially if you got that favorite bottle, dude, and you start getting to like that, past 60, 70% level. You really either got to slow it down, man, or it's like, fuck, man, or
And
just
that's the thing. I've been holding
take it
off on
home.
both of these bottles because they're so good, and I've liked them for a long time. But I'm like, all right, I just gotta tough. It's a tough scene where I guess I gotta drink my bottles of bourbon now.
Right, right. I know, yeah. Complaining about that. Yeah, I did. That did sound like a bitch there.
So yeah, so I talked about it on the Twitter machine.
Yeah,
Julie's gonna be on to talk about her matchups in the 108 tournament. I think our guy Southside Zoe, Matt Zawaski, might join us for a couple minutes
cool.
later on in the show. And there's a rumor that the head bum in charge is gonna try to. He's on a hot date, I believe. He's getting dinner. So he might join us for a little bit. But like I mentioned, this is an avenue for people. You don't even have to be in the tournament. If you're trying to, make it next year, or just you're in the outside looking in and you have thoughts on voting and things like that, this is an avenue for you to get out there. Hit us in the DMs or just tweet at us. I'll send you the link. And anyone is oh yeah, KJ, look at this. KJ emojis is in the comments. First time I've ever seen her live.
Yeah,
Hello. She's
yeah.
in the 108 tournament. So if she wants to hop on, it doesn't have to be this happy hour but it could be any of the happy hours going forward. If you guys want to hop on, talk trash, make some jokes, share a video, do whatever. This is the show for that. So yeah, Dougie, I feel like during the 108 tournament reveal show when, My Sock Summer Chirizi and Beef Loaf had the announcements, you were the guy on the bubble. We were sweating the Dougie freshness reveal
Yeah.
because you were the last bracket shown. And when Beeflo had that tweet is like, will all four bums make it? I'm like, holy cow, maybe he was teasing something bad. how
Yeah.
bad how bad were you nervous about it?
Dude, so like the bracket that I thought I was going to be in, I thought it was going to be either in the 1,000 or less, or um one of the other brackets, the Summer of George bracket, because I was like, okay, I like do a lot of chugging content and stuff like that. Maybe that's where I'm going to land. And um yeah, when I didn't getting either one of those. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, like here it is, the last region. And I'm like, well, I know the Sunday Soak region is one of the top regions. I'm like, I was like, shit. I'm like, am I going to be in this? I was like, shit, and I guess I got in my own head a little bit there. But then, yeah, as soon as they announced it, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, here we are, like, this is the bracket to prove myself, and I, this side, in general of this bracket is no slouch. I mean, the other side is heavy hitters too, but, yeah, it was like, shit. I'm like, this is a tough first round matchup, man. I mean,
Tina's
yeah,
got the ass crew behind her, and she does great content as well. Yeah, I think CD44 is in the comments. He said bums are royalty. Even beef isn't that savage. Although his comments on HBI's new show were,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. I hope that Jason goes and enjoys his dinner, puts the phone down, because right now those dudes are bodying him on our own account. I mean, he's getting hurt.
they call him ugly, and then I think
Yeah.
Chirizi might be enjoying happy hour a little early. He called him unfuckable. That was tough scenes. That was tough scenes on the Twitter streets. I was getting the slides ready before the show, and I was
Yeah.
like, holy cow, things are
Yeah.
getting serious. And things do get serious in the one-way tournament. We realized that last year was our first year on. And yeah, like I'm just looking at your matchup, Dougie. You got Little Tina, which
Yeah.
has all of the ass crew behind them. And then you're gonna run up against our guy, Little Yumper, who has a show on at 8 o'clock today with the At the Show.
Yeah.
He's been on our show, and we do his show, and so he's a close friend.
Right.
And so it's gonna be some more like you gotta put feelings aside and friendships aside, at least for one day, and kind of vote with your heart or with your brain or with whoever allegiances you lie. But it's
Dude,
a tough scene.
it is a tough scene. Yeah, I mean, dude, so I thought of that one quote, and I'm not a big religious person at all. I think how it goes is something like, God gives his hardest battles to like his strongest soldiers. But then I was thinking, I'm like, no, Beef Loaf just likes the fucking goddamn chaos. And you know what?
But the
This is
drama, there's a method behind his madness. It's brilliant.
absolutely, you know what? So that's why I am comparing him to Jigsaw from Saw. Okay. Because here it is, you get through one round, you got to like cut your arm off just to get to a next room of goddamn torture. So, like, here I am, like, hopefully I can make it out of the first round this year. And if I do, is it going to be Yumper? And then after even I get past that, it's like, then who do I got? Brian Knights? Like the road is not easy.
The
The road
road's
is
not
not
easy
easy.
for any of us. And I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
We're not asking for handouts. We're not asking for, an easy matchup or two. But
Right.
I mean, after last year, I think Beef Loaf owed me a little bit. He put me up against my cousin, my wife, and everyone else I knew. That was kind of banana land. But yeah, so I will get to mine next before
Yeah.
we have a couple guests on. Where's the whiskey gotcha region? So yeah, as I mentioned, Colleen is a force,
Yeah.
and a lot of people in this region, like I know, shout out to Chirizi, he gave me the compliment, expecting he said 4-3 to get out of this, but dude, this is no joke. Colleen has Bears Twitter behind her, she has the ass crew behind her,
Yeah.
and she has more followers than I do. And
Yeah.
we know, like from experience, how women can do damage in this tournament.
Absolutely.
So I am sweating this first round matchup more than I thought I was going to.
Mhm.
I just got to come correct. I know,
Yeah.
like I talked about not having, like I don't want to give away my secrets and this and that. Like a lot of people on the show yesterday. I mean, we just got to keep pump out content and keep people engaged throughout the day, maybe even the day before.
Yeah.
You know, but looking forward, like obviously the Joey P matchup is tough. Fun fact about Joey P, he's got like double the followers I do. He's been on White Sox Twitter for a minute. And we were the new kids on the block last season. But we've been doing work, and I'm proud of the work we've been doing. And
Yep.
then after that, dude, like I know like Wasabi Nuts up there in number 8 seed. She's a she puts out some crazy videos. So
Yeah,
she could do damage. Senior Socks is like a legacy, like at this point. Like he is like a franchise name. So he's
yeah.
no joke. I've got it's tough sledding just to go, you know, first couple rounds. But I want to put it out there because I said I was going to do it when I did the preview for the show. And I feel like it's a good idea to kind of give people incentive for you to get like votes and things like that.
Mhm.
And the 108 guys talked about it on their show. Talked about Maddie being like the best athlete probably in this tournament. She was like a Division 1 college basketball player, and she might have gone overseas to play. I'll play her one-on-one. That's what I want. I want to play one-on-one against Maddie Spagnola, and that I don't know if she'll even agree to it, but I think that would be tremendous content. We know HBIC is the basketball player of the group. He's the shooter of the group, but I might die. I might have a heart attack, 2 blown ACLs, something. But I want to get to the point where I'm challenging Maddie Spagnola, at least in a game of horse. But I think I think I'll play her one-on-one.
You know what I think you guys should do is if you guys build this up and yeah, you get out of your side, she gets out of her side, you tell everybody do not vote until after the video comes out and then go for it. Seriously. I mean, dude, if you're gonna put your money where your mouth is, nut up or shut up and be like, hey, don't vote for me until you see what I do.
Zoe says, I don't want that smoke. Of course I don't want that smoke. Like, it's going to be bad news, but sometimes you got to do it for the content game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Maybe
dude, like
maybe
this
we
is
can do
I'm
like
putting the cart before the horse though, because I
yeah,
gotta focus on Colleen and Joey P first before any of that happens.
right.
And especially Senior. Senior is a #1 seed with a big backing. He a couple 2-3 porn stars on the cameos is all he needs for him to win a group. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited about it. We have some fun content planned. I told Beeflo a while ago. There's a video I've been filming for this tournament
Mhm.
for the better part of 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm excited to share it with everyone. It's going to be fun. So yeah, that's my group. I'm nervous about Colleen. And then Joey P, that'll be just an hermanos. We might just sit down here in the basement and have a case race. And me
Yeah.
and Joey P, last man standing, 24 modelos, and let's just do it. I know he'll be down.
Oh man. I might just come do it just for the fun of it. I'll be the mediator.
Spags is saying he'll play against any of the bums in basketball. I mean, Spags like runs 5Ks, he's in shape and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm an athlete. I'm saying it would be good content. There's a
Yeah.
difference between the two.
I mean, any of the bump, we'll put Joey P against him, and Joey P will just put his hand up and block every shot.
That's true. Joey P.
Yeah, but yeah, so not going back to my bracket, but just kind of a thing that like I went through last year was I had to sit and wait. Okay, so like I was one of the last days of the first round, or I actually I think I was the last day of the first round, and the big thing that I noticed was like a lot of people not trying right out of the gates. Like a lot of people were just going off the reputation and everything like that. I wish that people didn't just vote off a reputation. Like prove like today. Like I want to see what you're doing today. If you don't like what I'm doing today, don't vote for me today. I'm like that's what's going to motivate me. You got to be better. And so when I was going, I'm like, okay, I'm like, shit. I'm like, I have all these ideas lined up and everything like that. And I was like, I'm facing this guy that I have no clue who he is. He has I think he at the time he had like 101 followers or something like that. Because I was under a 500 at that point, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm coming right out of the gates with like my hardest thing, and just to prove a point. Like I know I can beat the dude, but I'm coming out of the gates hard just to prove a point. And I think that backfired on me a little bit because I didn't save enough gas in the tank. And once I got towards the end and I started facing the guy like Mitch, who was just kind of pumping out not necessarily videos about me or anything like that, but
Mitch was a
he just had
wagon.
videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he pumped out awesome content.
Yeah.
Um, you
Yeah.
it also didn't help that you went on vacation, one of your 17
Right.
vacations a year.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it was all actually part of my plan, because had I made it to the next round and beat Mitch, I had an open bar package and a Wi-Fi stream. So I had
What could have been?
a lot of stuff planned. And that's the other thing too. Like, so I'm a big Easter egg guy. So throughout all of my videos, I was dropping Easter eggs, but Easter eggs don't mean shit if you don't get to the final reveal of it. You know, like if you don't, they don't mean
That,
nothing then.
or if people don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Which
Right.
I picked up on a bunch of them right away, but I'm like, oh, this is gonna fly over people's heads, and I'm like,
Yeah. So I was planning on getting to the right person, and I'm not going to say who that right person is.
yeah, you got to save some ammo for this year. You never know. You never know.
But that's the whole thing. So now I'm in the position now. I'm fighting for my life in the first round. So I got to come out
We all are.
hard.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's almost like you're better off not holding back. You know,
Right.
come out firing on your first video, but then you got to keep it going. So yeah, it's not like it's a marathon, not a sprint, but you got to get off the blocks fast. So I don't know if that metaphor made any sense, but it did in my book.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my wife here. So Julie is on. She talked about after the show yesterday. She wasn't sure if she was going to be in the tournament this year, but I told her she put out some funny videos last year, so I thought that helped a lot. So Julie, I'm going to bring her on and explain to. I think. All right, I'll get her on. Julie, hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay.
You look great.
Thank you.
It's a little compliment for later.
Look at this guy.
I don't know if you heard that big thud, but it was me moving my desk to this room.
Did you move the whole desk?
Yes.
Damn.
All right.
She is the heavy of
I had
that
a really
relationship.
ugly wall. I had a really ugly wall.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, Julie has a work space right across the street from where I do here, but we are never in the basement at the same time. You know, one of us is I'm recording or she's working, and the other one's upstairs with the kids. So we realized we can't sit next to each other because of the echo. There would have been a really nasty echo. And I'm not a tech guy. I'm a landscaper. So I figured let's just move upstairs. Wait, this is a good question. Julie, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
So I really didn't know how I felt for a long time because I am a huge fan of the family and how they operate. This is going to be a long answer. But
we got time.
There was a tweet that went out from a false account, and it was like Justin Fields signed, and it was XYZ trades from the Bears, and I screamed my head off. I was like, ah! And now I know. I want Justin. I want him. I wouldn't have mind having Wilson, before we drafted Kenny, but we didn't go that route when he was available. Yeah. So, I mean, we invested a lot in Kenny, so it's tough.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is kind of a tough scene right now. I mean, I know when he was on the block, and even like the Bears were like one of his teams that
the Bears and Steelers 2 years ago before he went to Denver were both sniffing and kind of, garnering
I wanted
interest.
him then, 100%.
Yeah, and I was actually quoted. One of my good buddies is a radio DJ for The Drive, Sherman and Tingle.
Oh, yeah.
He actually quoted me on the show through my Facebook. He quoted me as saying, I was willing to trade Portillo's out of Chicago for Russell Wilson. That's how bad, I wanted a good quarterback at that time.
That would have been a tremendously bad trade for Chicago, just like a lot of the bad trades they do. Holy cow, Dougie, that is a franchise killing trade, literally by moving Portillo's, but also Russell Wilson, the Bears would not have been good.
I know.
I'm surprised nothing's happened with him yet. Also,
I am too.
What do you mean with Russell Wilson?
Have Minnesota, not with Russell Wilson, with Justin Fields. I don't understand if something hasn't happened. So are you drafting a QB or not?
All right, so free agency starts next Thursday, I believe. And
Mhm.
Ryan Poles came out and said that he wanted to move him before that, but that was just him kind of, it was more of a smokescreen than anything. And from everything I've read, like it sounds like the market is kind of drying up for Justin Fields, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that Kirk Cousins is a free agent, Russell Wilson's a free agent, and you have 4 viable starters coming out of the draft. So
Yeah.
in this year's free agency or open window, maybe they just don't get as much for Justin Fields as it would have been in other years. And I feel like once the first domino falls, then the Bears are going to have to move him if they're going with Caleb Williams. And it's
Mhm.
just a matter of, originally they thought maybe they could get a second for him. Maybe it's going to be a third or 2 threes or a 4 or something like that. But it's going to be tough, man. So I'll be interested. But yeah, Julie, how excited are you about the one-way tournament? Because we've had discussions last night.
I don't know. I really didn't expect to be in it. I thought because I was year +1 last year, it felt like, and I felt like they were looking for the husband versus wife storyline. Because I don't even, not the fact that I'm in it, but also how did I end up in this bracket with these like insanely talented, well known people? I thought I would have been in the 1,000 or less or whatever. And a number 7. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's our little one in the background, by the way.
Yeah. You know what? There wasn't a doubt in my mind that you were going to be in it again this year. I, as much as I feel like these guys are like, kind of like evil geniuses when it comes to this whole thing, I don't think that they thought that you were going to pan out as well as you did last year. I mean, the way that whole thing played out and everything, like, I mean, it was kind of almost like you bought your ticket last year, like 100%. I would have been floored if you weren't in it.
You guys, I made a sex video and I haven't told my parents. I mean, it's been a year.
I haven't
lot
told
of
my
people
parents
do.
either. I mean,
lot of people do.
wait,
You know
why
how
would you have to tell your parents, by the
my
way?
heart.
They're not on the internet. They don't need to know.
Do you know how many hater accounts are out there that might want to get that information out? I wasn't playing it safe. I know what Twitter's about now.
We shouldn't be worried about the parents finding out about the sex tape. We're gonna have to worry about Landon and Scarlett finding out in like 10 years from now. I'm gonna have to scrub. Hopefully Elon is such a bozo that Twitter might not even exist by the time they're old enough. But both of them know how to work tablets. So I'm not worried about the parents. I'm worried about the kids finding.
That's true. Thing. Because what's going to happen is they're going to think about those Halloweens where it's like, oh, mom and dad are dressed up as a pig and a turkey. That's so silly. And then they're going to be like, you disgusting motherfuckers. You wore that out after what you did?
You know what? You might not be wrong because like Landon already found my chug videos.
He did.
So, that's the thing. He just scrolls and finds things, and like we've talked about it, and like he's in love with Dougie Chug videos. Whenever you have the Stone Cold Steve Austin music in the background, he somehow finds it. And I mean, we're starting them off the right path. I think those are just training wheels.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it's happening already. So we have cups that are, no drip straw cups.
Yeah.
And like when he's about to have some water, he's throwing it back. Like he's got the arch, he's got the speed, the no spillage. I mean, it's impressive. It's water, but it's impressive.
Yeah, it's all about hydration.
It's training.
I gotta share with everybody. It was amazing though. Like when I came over to your guys' house a couple weekends ago, and I'm sitting on the couch, and he just didn't quite realize that I was there yet. And then the moment when he saw me, it was like,
this is the guy from the YouTubes.
Dude. That's my hero. That's
my God, dude! It like I almost like a little.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
All right, so like we don't, like I said, we all have very, very tough roads, and I don't want to look ahead because that's where you get caught slipping. Yeah. So I don't want to say like, you have an easy road, because Dose Can Sock also has a lot of followers.
No, I knew I didn't know who that was, and so I went to friend him or follow him, which he's not accepted. But I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. What the hell have I gotten myself into? I was just trying to help out a bum last year,
Yeah. But so the 108 guys kind of mentioned it on their show, and so did Roxy. Second round matchup with Roxy. She's a friend too. And she had very nice things to say about you. And we're friends with Roxy and CPG, which CPG also has a tough matchup with our guy CD44, if I'm not mistaken. It's tough. It's tough, man.
Are they coming on? Roxy?
No, Roxy and Roxy's gonna be on Yumper's show tonight at 8 p.m. So after this is over, head over and check Roxy and Yumper out. They're gonna talk about Fight Club, which I will be in there.
Oh God, she's getting into this.
Yeah, but I did want to touch on the matchup because she said really nice things about you. Do you want to say nice things about her? Or do you want to really go after it? Let's start early.
No, I love Roxy.
Damn it!
I love Roxy. It's National Women's Day. Don't put us against each other.
Happy National Women's Day. I do want to talk about that before we move on.
From the bums talking about National Women's Day. I don't think I saw it.
Well, I was going to ask you. So it is National Women's Day, and I'm happy that you're on because, we could celebrate and congratulate you for being like the female contingent of the Chicago Sports Moms, along with Sarah and Mary and everyone else.
I was going to say, they talk about Dougie having a diversity card.
Yeah, but I want to ask, since never mind. I was going to say, all right, you know what? We'll test this out. Julie, me and you have talked about trying to do like a funny couples show or live stream or something. So I was just going to ask you this question. Since a lot of the females on White Sox Twitter were posting their Venmos and like Zells or whatever saying it's National Women's Day, buy me a lunch or send me some money. I was going to say, I have a wife, a daughter, and a female dog. I need money too. Would it have been okay for me to post my Zelle and be like, it's National Women's Day. I'm a girl dad. I'm married to Julie. I have a dog that's a female as well. Send me some. I might need the money more than the ladies. No?
Why? Look at all the money that's sitting behind you.
Hold on a second.
Oh, we're talking about the green?
I'm getting yelled at for my bourbon, Dougie. This is what happened.
Did she break up or? I'm sorry,
I think your connection, the internet's bad. We're two people streaming at the same time.
Yeah,
we lost you here.
We're on the same internet, sir.
These are all Jason's bottles. I just took them from his house.
You know what? He has so many bottles that's feasible. He probably doesn't know everything. I don't know if he has stuff categorized.
It's 6:30, and I didn't know that was a trend. I didn't do the tweet.
If you want to put your Venmo out there and some thirsty guy sends you money, I'm gonna be mad at that guy. But if you want to get dinner later, and if it's on you, I'm down, Julie. Put the Venmo out there.
On me again, your sugar mama.
Yeah, yeah. Team Turkey. KJ's in the comments. KJ.
This is a tough scene.
I know. I'm getting bodied. This is tough.
Oh, I didn't know you could have the comments on. Oh, I see them now.
Well, yeah. All right. Anything else, Julie?
No.
I'm not kicking you off, by the way. You could stay as long as you want. I'll get in trouble if I kick you off. I'm just asking anything else.
I think you already initiated.
No.
What's your beverage of choice right now? I know
that's a good question.
Drinker, but
that is a good question.
Well, right now I'm on a nice old yuzu from Wana. So that's getting real good right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If people want to come on the happy hour and not drink, I mean, we are green friendly. And anything else you want to get after,
you can green and drink.
Yeah, there you go. Double dosing.
So for people that have never had that, what is it like?
This?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. You can ask Peter. I don't like any drinks hardly ever. And this is, I don't taste the alcohol in here. I just taste.
Yeah. So what Julie's drinking is the new Jarritos Cantaritos drinks. They are malt-based beverage. They're basically jarritos, but with liquor in them. I did a review on this very YouTube channel. If you guys are watching, like, subscribe, and share, and all that fun stuff. I did a review on them. The red and the orange are very, very good.
Hell yeah. Well, they should be. Those are the best.
I'm not a big tamarind guy. I'm not a big tamarindo guy. So
yeah,
I gave that one a bad review, but that's just my fault.
Spooky.
Yeah, Father's always got the jarrito shoes. Those things are absolute fire.
Dope.
The whole daycare facility knew about them shoes coming.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, our daycare, Zoe's son and our son go to the same daycare facility, so I run into him quite a bit.
And then I ran into him once, and that was the topic: was when are these shoes coming? I'm like, wow, he's really opening up right now. Like Mrs. I don't know when they're coming.
Mrs. Zoe, last time I ran into them, had some Ben and Jerry's Chunky Dunky Nikes. Those things are so awesome. Yeah, they flex hard with the shoe game, the Zawasis.
Shit. All right. Stay away from him.
All right. Prez is asking, please tell me one of those will be in the coolers for Cubs Sox Whiskey at Comiskey Tailgate. Yes. I will be bringing some of the jarritos, cantaritos to most of the tailgates this year. So I know Prez, if you guys don't know, he's part of the Bums in the Bleachers right here on this very network. So Dram Daddy and Prez do the Cubs content because we ain't Cubs fans and we don't give a fuck, but Prez sure does. And they know their shit. I watched the show on Monday and they are well versed in the baseballs, much better than we are. We are basically and I'm not going to disparage us because we are this on purpose. We're meatballs. We are the meatball White Sox fans. We are mad at Jerry, and we're mad that they don't hit home runs, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, is meatball different than meathead? Because you said that I'm a meathead Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And you made me feel.
I think they go one and the same. I think. When it comes to you and the Steelers, I mean, you're passionate to a fault. And I don't know if and you could argue that like you can't be too passionate, but sometimes your love of the team blinds you from reality. And you could say the same thing about me and US Soccer because those bozos are bad and have always been bad.
About you and the Bears.
No, but I think I'm a very realist Bears fan.
Season. Oh. Gotta fire the head coach. Gotta get rid of the OC. That's the only thing holding us back. It's our year. Really, he knows what he's doing this time.
I just get roasted again.
Yeah,
I mean, it is true though. Off season and
dude. I'm telling you, dude, we're gonna change this to the Bums Happy Hour roast of bologna.
Hey,
I'm not knocking it.
I'm down for that.
Like, look down at me like a meathead fan when you're like.
Wait, but I think we've had this discussion. Like, I'm much more of a realist than you are, Julie, when it comes to football.
Mm-hmm.
No?
That energy is leaking onto your team, sir. It's leaking onto your team. Just like what Beefloaf and MSS talk about. Well, y'all grouches about the White Sox.
No, and I do have that's a good point because I am very apathetic when it comes to the Bears, especially when we go to games. We've been to games together, Julie, where you're yelling at me because I won't even stand up. But I'm like, they give me nothing to cheer for. Where you're the opposite of like, you don't care if the team's winning by 50, losing by 50. You're screaming at the defense. You're cheering on the team, and you are right there in the thick of it. We're like, these guys have to earn it for me to get out of my seat.
I would never not stand up for my boys, the Steelers. I would never do it.
But they've broken me. The Bears broke me.
You turned their back on them, man. What do they owe you now?
Yeah. So Zoe's in the comments. Julie, your team makes the play. You've never lost.
and you sat and you were like, I'm not gonna be happy.
Here's the one point that I will make, and I am not defending Peter at all. We have never had a head coach like you've had. That guy could turn chicken shit into chicken soup. 100%. I mean, the years where they were supposed to be down, he kept them in a wild card spot or close to a wild card spot. We've got coaches that blatantly go in there and look like they're trying to lose games. I mean, your coach, fucking amazing. I would take your coach 100% of the time, every time. And that's why Pittsburgh doesn't get rid of him, because they know he's the guy that drives the fucking horses.
That's also fair.
There's also a standard. Your coach
I
has.
do love the Rooneys too. It goes above that too.
Yeah.
Well, your ownership group is better than our owners too.
Absolutely.
So
that's probably what even led me here to begin with. I grew up watching the Bears, with my dad. I've always been a football fan.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this fucking sucks. I remember being a little kid, like my dad's pissed as hell all the time. I'm like, this sucks. And I'm secretly like, man, Brett Favre is like a dream. This is so awesome to watch, but I have to like him in private. And then I got old enough, I started dating Peter. We went to this bar and they were watching whatever. And I was watching a Steelers game. It was Sunday night, December 4th or 5th, 2005 is when it happened.
Damn, not to be specific.
And I was like, I don't owe anyone anything. Like, fuck the McCaskies.
Okay, so
I love this fucking team right now. And I stayed with them ever since.
Prez, if she wasn't my wife and she's upstairs, I would have muted her so hard for complimenting a Green Bay quarterback. I thought about dumping her. I really did. I was like, I'm going to get her off the stream, but that was going to be more problems than it caused. So I thought about it, man. I thought about it.
You can't lie, though. I wasn't a Green Bay fan. I just liked watching Favre. He was fun to watch.
Pass.
So this is the one thing that I will agree with you on, and this is the thing that I discovered the other night.
He secretly likes Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
No, I do not. I do not. That take it back. Take it back right now.
Jeez, you know what? I don't know, man. I don't like the Julie that drinks.
I know. We're like half a sip of Jarritos in.
I think this means that I'm never going to be in the show again.
So this is the one thing that I will agree with you on, and it's a very freeing feeling that I have. I am in like kind of the same gates as you are or were with soccer. So I have no allegiance right now. And I don't know where I want to go with it. I don't think that I'm ever going to really be like super big into soccer. I will, watch a game here or there. Like if you guys are watching it, yada, yada. But like, dude, I like literally want to do a bunch of research and find out who the best teams are. Cause I want to win sometimes. Mm-hmm. And that's like the only sport that I don't have an allegiance with. And I want like a good team. So
you're allowed to do that. You're allowed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, that's why the other night or whatever, when you're like, oh, the Fire are going to score more than Blackhawks. I was like, well, I love the Blackhawks. Don't give a shit about the Fire.
Yeah, but that was fucked up, Dougie. We didn't talk about it on the Bumpcast. You bet against the Chicago team. I mean, if it would have been the Cubs, it's different. But you bet against the Fire. What the hell?
I have no allegiance to them.
There's allegiance. You got to have some allegiance to your city, no?
I mean, I do. But I'm not gonna go sucking the Cubs' dick. So yeah, you know what? I have no allegiance to any soccer team. I am a free agent. I want somebody to come pitch me a soccer team. Get that? You like that? The pitch?
pitch you a soccer team. Good job, Dougie.
Yeah.
I'm learning. But yeah, no, that's just my whole thing. So I don't know. It's a freeing feeling though, dude. Not having actually having one shred of hope of having a good team in your life.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I've been stuck with misery for the better part of my existence. I mean, besides the Bows and the 05 White Sox that caught lightning in a bottle. Like,
Right.
and to be fair, and I will say we never really talked about this on the Bumcast. We should probably have like a retro episode about like, you know, throwback sports in our fandoms. But me and Johnny celebrated that 2005 World Series when we were like 21 and 22 years old. It was like the perfect time. We just started dating, and it was the perfect time to win a championship. I love the 90s Bulls, but I was a kid then, you know, like it was fourth grade through eighth grade or whatever. But that 05 celebration, we were at Puffers, which is now Mitchell's, right on Halstead for all 4 games. We were on the streets of Halstead afterwards celebrating and things like that. I'll never forget that because it was like right at the time where it's like, man, it couldn't have come at a better time. But then I haven't had a championship since then. Right. I'm goddamn 40 now.
I mean, we had the Hawks.
Oh no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we had the Hawks, but you know,
no, the Hawks are fun.
Yeah, the Hawks were fun, and they were dominant and everything like that. And yeah, even that run was just thrilling, man. I mean, I remember like that first Hawks run. I had a big Tupperware, like Rubbermaid Tupperware bin, just full of beer and champagne on that last game, and wow, we got it in. It was a time. Me and my cousins.
I've got pictures. I should probably post them. I built a Stanley Cup out of like a salad bowl.
Okay.
And then 2 buckets, and then the bottom was a like the 5-gallon like Hinkley and Springs water like jugs.
Yeah.
So it looked like a Stanley Cup, and we took that all around like the Southwest suburbs bars, and people, which was crazy at the time. You know, obviously way pre-COVID, but also like I spray painted that thing like silver as fuck, and like nobody cared. We're drinking straight toxins. And like everyone's drinking out of the Stanley Cup, and
like walking around with like silver lips, looking like you just blew RoboCop.
That was basically all 3 Stanley Cups.
Shit, that's awesome. Oh fuck.
How it happens.
But yeah, Julie, I that's why sometimes I get not angry, but more jealous that like the year you became a Steelers fan, they won the Super Bowl, and then 4 years later, you've celebrated 2 Super Bowls in the time I've been a Bears fan since I can remember, and I, you know, except for the that one Colts Super Bowl that they lost, like I haven't had any of that, so it's tough.
Yeah. Well, okay, this is gonna sound so shitty.
Oh no.
Okay, so you know when they've been interviewing Mahomes or Brady, like when we've been watching that Patriots documentary, where it's like, okay, after they won 2, it's like, you know, when they lost 1, it was like, wait, what? Like this is over, kind of thing. That's when they started like really ramping it up, and so I have had to live with losing to Green Bay for like over 10 years now.
Okay.
So it's like my last memory of a Super Bowl is like a loss. Like losing a Super Bowl sucks ass, Peter. Because we had to watch the 2006 Bears Super Bowl. And like if some of you guys met Joel, like he was sick that day. He got sick the day of the Super Bowl. And
he was like
crazy Bears fan. And I was like, this is a goddamn sign. This is bad. This is bad news.
Julie, I'm not telling you you have to leave. So it's up to you. You want to? No, I was gonna say, do you want to stay on for our next guest, or are you out of here? I don't know what your schedule looks like. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't have to leave.
Everyone, make sure to vote for Julie. Obviously, your tournament starts when? I can't see what the damn Friday.
Tuesday.
So it's Tuesday. No, Friday, right?
It says Tuesday. Doesn't it?
Yeah, Friday, March 15th or whatever.
What the fuck? I swear it says Tuesday right there.
That's the second round. That's the second round matchup, Dougie.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
a
be
lot of people are reading these
pregnant.
wrong. Jer Taco Gladiator was the same way.
Oh, I'm not
Peop-
looking up top.
Yeah, you guys got to start looking up top because people are thinking this tournament starts later than it does, and it's like no,
Gotcha.
it's coming Tuesday through Friday.
Oh shit.
So yeah, vote for Julie on Friday. Julie, you're gonna be in Pittsburgh on Friday, so
I'm gonna be in
you're gonna have
Pittsburgh
to
on
bang
Friday.
some content. Yeah.
Oh geez.
All right, Julie. Put out that Venmo. See if some thirsty motherfucker buys us dinner.
Doubtful. Okay, bye.
Love you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
All right. We got our guy. Southside Zoe. Matt Zawaski's on. Zoe,
Now
you
I feel
tying one on
bad.
yet or not yet?
Now I feel bad. Like I gave Julie the boot.
Nah,
You hear
it's
me?
fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Dude.
I mean, unless you
was-
start roasting me, that's a problem.
Well, you know I can do that.
You did
he
with
was
the best
he was
one.
hitting me up on the private messages over here. It's like, how can we dump Julie? We got to get her off of the show.
No, you motherfucker. That's a lie. I'll take pictures of the private chat. That's messed up. What do you got in the glass though? Happy Friday.
We're doing Happy Friday, fellas. We're doing
Happy
the
Friday.
what is it? The Stella Artois, their cider with Guinness on top of it.
Oh hell yeah! Little like black and tan variation to it.
This
kind
is
of, you
you moved into a Polish neighborhood and they don't sell Irish beers in any of the liquor store variation. So we did this out of a necessity a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of become the official drink out of the Zoe house.
I like that.
So,
I might walk down the block and have a couple.
yeah, you better hurry though. Uncle Bud's is we're
Yeah,
heading up to Uncle Bud's tonight. Yep.
Give them a shout out, Cicero and
Yeah, 9700 South Cicero.
Yeah, Julie and I are big fans of Uncle Bud. We've been there a couple of times, so it's a good like lunch date whenever the kids are in school and daycare. We run out there.
I mean, I obviously have stake in the place, not my money, but it's my family owns it, and surprisingly good food. Like
it really is. It's really good.
They got a really good chef. I guess dude just went down to some contest in Miami.
Okay.
For like bar chefs, and he came in like second out of like 300 chefs.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he's got some good stuff. And Bud, he was like an uncle to me. He was my cousin's uncle, but on their mom's side.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? My dad and their dad are brothers, whatever. But Bud always took care of me. Bud was a great guy. Bud was a big fisherman, so that's why they have all the fish on the menu, Pete. Like
that makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Bud, like if Bud wasn't working, he was fishing, drinking a case of Budweiser.
I mean, it makes sense right now for Lent, right?
Yeah. Oh shit! I definitely just ate chicken. All right. All right.
All right. Let's talk about your matchup because
I can't even sit down right. I can't sit down right.
You're an OG of the game.
I got absolutely fucking railroaded by the Ramos brothers. I mean, Beef and Treasy. Absolutely railroaded.
You could dox them. You could dox them.
Absolutely railroaded. I mean, you might as well call me Chinese finger cuffs because they got me on both ends, dude. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, this is our last time doing this tournament. Oh, I just happened to put me and Treasy meeting each other in the second round. I mean, if you guys can't see that this is just completely fixed, I don't know. And I don't also, I mean, I don't think I did anything different in the last year. If anything, I know the metrics. I know Pinwheels has gotten bigger, but I don't know how I go from a fucking 1 seed to a 13.
That's a big drop, my man. That is a big drop.
And I understand, though. I kind of get it, though. Like, I kind of moved from, like, the cool teenager table to the adult table when he put me in this bracket. So I get it. Like, there's no way I should be ranked over a lot of these people because this is the heavyweight bracket. And
yeah, this is what I would consider the White Sox Twitter celebrity bracket. If there is a celebrity bracket, these are, like you said, they're media and really, really heavy hitters. So yeah, that should be more of a compliment to you than anything, right?
Yeah,
you've been in the game for long enough to where you deserve to be in this bracket.
Yeah, and I took it, and I mean it's fine. It's funny, Ian. I don't think Ian's is taken as easy as I am, but I mean this is definitely was set up because I think Beef knows I'm not gonna throw a huge stink about if I lose in the first round to a guy like Treasy, and you could see that the brothers want to go against each other one time, especially in their last year. So I'll give it the old college try. I got a couple things. I have a couple of untapped markets that don't normally participate in a White Sox Twitter tournament that I can get into.
A little hired gun action, or a little, break glass in case of emergency?
I mean, I'm not doing anything secret when I say I host a Cubs and White Sox program.
Trust me, I felt the effects of that last year with Mitch.
That's true. You guys, when Mitch and Dougie went head to head, we felt the full weight of the sports mockery, Cubs Twitter, kind of every all hands on deck, and we did not expect the way it went. But yeah, Mitch steamrolled Dougie. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I heard you earlier, Dougie. I was watching you guys as I was sitting in the drive-thru, but we have the worst fucking Burger King, by the way.
We do. We have two bad Burger Kings. Julie and I talk about this all the time. The one on Harlem and the one on Roberts. Dog shit.
Dog shit. I was just driving home and I'm like, I haven't eaten anything. I should probably throw something in the tank before we get at it. And they're like, we have $2 chicken wraps. I was like, oh shit, that looks quick and easy. 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
We don't do Burger King anymore. There's no one good around us. And you know what else I should mention? I didn't realize when we moved. So we were in Justice, which isn't far away, but it's about 10 minutes from here. But it makes a huge difference when you're trying to go to Portillo's. There's no close Portillo's by us. By the time you order from the one in Alsip or Harlem or any of the ones close by, it's cold. So we need. I'm gonna get in the DMs. Use your social media influence to get a Portillo's close by, my man.
Yeah, Portillo's is good. I'm not gonna go out of my way for it. We'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
I'm a Pops guy. I like going. I'm a big Pops beef guy.
I had a good Pops by me, and then they moved out. And
so I grew up on the Pops in Mount Greenwood on 104th and Kedzie.
Okay.
And they noticeably, they didn't tell anybody. And I went down to Florida for college, and I came back, and all I wanted was a fucking pizza puff from Pops, because that's what I wanted. That was my go-to. You're in high school, you don't got fucking money. So a pizza puff, a fry, and a pop. It was perfect. Yeah. I go there and I get a pizza puff, and this is one of those life moments I'll never forget. I took a bite and I spit it out on the floor. I said, what the fuck is this? And the guy goes, we got new owners, so we're getting new pizza puffs. I was like, this is dog shit. And I've never gone back to that pop since.
Damn.
It was,
I would
talk about ripping out someone's heart, dude.
Yeah.
We literally drove home that time. So it was an 18-hour drive, and I didn't even go home. I went straight to Pops because I just wanted a goddamn pizza puff, because you can't get those in Florida. And,
fuck, dude. That
was
hurts.
bad.
Bad scene.
Just got a lot more handsome in here.
The bottom, I'm not going to lie, the bottom half of this screen is doing numbers compared to the top half. No offense to Dougie. Dougie, you're a handsome guy too, but we could sell sell tickets to the two guys down below.
If me and Johnny are here, Polecats must be hurting.
That empty.
Yeah. I go there almost every single day of the week. There's sometimes I gotta have to I
gotta recharge.
I gotta take a break a little bit once here in a while.
Yeah. They're calling Johnny's cell phone. Are you okay?
You good, bud? Is it something we said?
Yeah.
Life alert on Johnny.
They could survive with me for one night.
I wanted to have you on as soon as you popped into the screen. One, because this is just as much your show than any of ours. But as soon as you came on, I realized that you had commented about Zoe's railroaded comment. And I don't know who got it worse between Zoe and Johnny, because I'm gonna go to your screen next. It's a tough matchup. Our guy Shane, is friend of the bum and stuff like that. But talk about getting railroaded, Johnny. I don't even know at this point, and no offense, we're going to do as much work as we can for all of us as the bums, but we gotta, kind of foresee the future. It's tough sledding, Johnny.
All I just gotta say to beef right here is that Joker clap.
Yeah.
Touche.
Wait,
So,
why
yeah.
am I drawing a blank? Who's Shane? I'm terrible. At that
Lucky
shit.
Spags is. Oh, we're no offense to Spags because he's in the comment. He said Johnny will win, but I mean,
Oh,
Spag,
okay. So
I'm
that's
talking more
all right.
about
I
the
know
second
Spags.
round matchup.
I know Spags.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Beef. That's 100%. Beef knows you guys are homies, and he wants to see the world burn. I mean,
Oh,
that's all
totally.
that is. And if you look,
that bastard.
if you look at a lot of these, like, well, first of all, that bottom corner in your bracket, I didn't even know those two guys still had Twitter, Steve-O and Wally.
That's a good point. That's a good
No
point.
idea those two. I mean, Steve-O went from like getting hammered and doing like battle raps against himself to just ghost. I think he got married. I don't know.
Steve got married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve was married.
Women weak in knees.
International Women's Day, though.
I stand Samson Simpson. I stand by my story. But if you go through all of these brackets, like I love Marge, I love Sort of Sweet, Sort of Spooky, awesome women, fantastic. But Beef wants Fitz and Jack, who are good friends, to go after each other. I don't know. Billy's Billy. I'll just leave it at that. So, but I mean, you can go through all of this. He is trying to, as much as he can, make people that generally like each other, hang out with each other, get along with each other, to talk shit about each other. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's why he's the game maker.
Yeah.
So I see you guys saying Marge is beating Fitz. You guys know I love Marge. I love hanging out with Marge. Fitz has this unknown pocket of followers that, again, isn't very active in White Sox Twitter, but look at the numbers every tweet Fitz puts up is.
No, Fitz
Every
is a
tweet.
wagon. No, I agree. He he came on the podcast to talk tailgate food last season, and he had the worst internet in the world, and you couldn't understand like 2 words he said, and it still was to this day one of the best podcasts we had. Fitz draws people, whether it's Twitter or anywhere else. He's got a huge following. So
it's
Marge,
wild,
I
man.
like Marge. Julie and I are very close friends with Marge. It's a tough matchup with Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic draws numbers.
It's wild, dude. Like he just like puts a tweet up of like a picture of like a hot dog, boom, like you blink and it's like 350 likes. Like what just happened there?
Yeah.
Like it's I don't
the
know.
Food, it's the food crowd, man. The food.
I'm not in on foodie Twitter. It's I guess not. But like I was mentioning earlier, though, the cousins are getting text messages.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can get some of the Blackhawks and the CHGO people. I mean, I'm gonna have to. I heard you earlier, Dougie, about coming out of the gate hot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to dump sack.
The
first round, dude.
Yeah,
and then even if I do in the first round, I go against Beefloaf again, who beat the shit out of me last year. He was laughing at me as the matchup was going on. I got the DM still. He's just like, I'm like, this could be close. He's like, no, it's not gonna be close, motherfucker. He was right. It's kind of his game. It's like,
all right. So, honest question: if you do like the break glass in case of emergency route, do you think you could beat Chirizi first round? Because I would imagine it'll be close. Like I think you're selling yourself short.
It is it's going to be very hard. I mean, the 108 guys earned everything that they have. Those guys work very hard. They're very good at what they do. Don't get it wrong. But I will say Beef is definitely a little bit more of the face. I think I can maybe squeak one out versus Shreezy, but I don't see any way possible unless I really touch a nerve with people to beat Beef. Last year I tried to go like the whole like he didn't put you in his tournament. Yeah. He made you talk shit about your own friends. People didn't. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. But
I will tell you though, the latter of that thing, Beef lost because he wasn't putting out anything, and I think everybody kind of like got stale on it. Like that's what I'm kind of hoping that people do this year is they look at like who's actually pumping out content for this tournament and judging their vote on this tournament. I mean, that's the way it should be. But
I will say, and like not to defend Beeflo because one, yeah, like you mentioned, like they earned every single bit, and they're
Absolutely.
and if we're being honest, they're a huge reason why we've had the growth we've had. They
Oh,
could
yeah,
have easily
absolutely.
been like, "Bums, get out of here, fuck you guys," but they've been more than welcoming and more than like friendly with all of us, obviously.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
it's gonna be. Go ahead, Dougie.
I was gonna say, I'm the only person that has ever survived a be well from beef.
He
lived to
be-welled
say.
you. He did. Great
He
point. We
he
should talk about
be-welled
that.
me. He be-welled me, and immediately I hit him back with a be-weller, and he didn't know what the fuck to say.
Well, he's not a
I-
whiskey guy either, so he
Yeah.
might have been just confused.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Breezy hit me up, and he was just like, "That was fucking amazing." So yeah.
Oh man. Do something to make me follow you. Yeah, I actually made that comment last night when they were doing it. It's like, oh yeah, follow backs definitely help you win. I'm like, I'd rather just lose.
Right. So I know you got
Press.
things, you got places to be and things to do. Before we let you go, Fizz is in the comments, and it's something we talked about like behind the scenes and stuff like that. You guys mentioned it on Pinwheels and Ivy, the charity golf tournament. That I know we're not planners, we're not logistics guys, but this somehow has to happen, right? Between all of White Sox Twitter and everyone involved, I think, like you mentioned, we could raise a good amount of money for a good cause, and it'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
I think it'd be a really good time, but again, the absolute number one reason to do it is I really think with this group of people, this community that has been built and keeps getting stronger and stronger every year, that we can really do some good with it, and we can really find a charity and like make it like a significant. I'm not talking like, oh, here's $1,000 check. I'm talking like a couple grand. You know what I mean? And the cherry on top of it is it would be fun. You know, I mean, I know everyone likes to say, oh, we'll tear this place up. People won't. I mean, people will be respectful, but we need a logistic guy. We got enough ID guys. We got a lot of idea guys, but we need a logistics guy. Like I told you, I see him in the comments. Fid's put together a hell of a golf outing in Vegas. Like they had a helicopter drop golf balls on the green, and like the golf balls had like numbers, and you had a raffle ticket, and if your ball went in the hole or like closest to the hole, like that's how you won. Like crazy shit like that. I mean, that's Vegas shit. That's south side of Chicago. We'll get like a crackhead to throw a shopping cart, but I mean, it could be really cool. So if you're a big logistic guy, let us know if you want to get involved.
For sure. Or if you know, a superintendent or a manager at a golf course or a club pro or anything that might point us in the right direction. That would be awesome because I think it's something that needs to happen, and obviously for the right cause would be awesome. So let's do it.
Where is Mike Praz? How come I'm searching for you, bud, and you're not popping up?
His handle is at Prazmaster.
Prazmaster. I honestly thought I followed him. There you go.
You're welcome, Praz.
Wow.
Right if this show did anything, it's we got Praz a follow.
In all honesty, I thought I followed Praz. I mean, I remember he probably doesn't even remember it, but I actually talked to Praz when the Stanley Cup went to Bourbon Street.
Really?
I think it was the third one. I was really big into Blackhawks Twitter. I was big in Blackhawks Twitter before White Sox Twitter, and I interacted with him a couple times on there, and we bumped into each other waiting to go to the Cup, and I was just like, "Oh, yeah, what's up, dude? Like, you're Praz, right?" And we actually sat down and had a drink, and I don't think he remembers it, Flo. He was a young buck back then, but
hey, and just to offset it, I just unfollowed Praz.
There we go.
Thank you. Now all is right in the universe.
Checks and balances, baby.
Well,
cheers.
Thanks for having a beer with me. I'm gonna go fill up. You guys take care.
All right, cheers.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Johnny, what's going on, my man? How's the Friday night hanging? How's it treating you? You drinking?
No, I told you. I've been working on these shirts that's coming out. Which, by the way, it's actually coming out pretty good. I can't wait to show you guys. But
hell yeah,
yeah, we got Johnny cooking in the lab
over there. But yeah, I've been working on that today, so I'll be sending you guys something here tonight. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing.
You know what? This is a good time, and it's a good segment to just tease it. That like Dougie,
Yo.
you've been working with kick flips and threads. We got the hats that are going to be ready for opening day tailgate. The Whiskey at Comiskey hats. Those are our first hats ever by the Chicago Sports Bumps. Johnny's been in the lab cooking because we got him working. We're cracking the whip, to be honest. A peek behind her curtain now that you guys have seen the White Sox or the Twitter that Jason sent out. We're an LLC. We're an actual legit company now. So it's time to make that money. We're gonna be pumping out shirts. We're gonna be pumping out ideas. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, buy every shirt we have, because we're gonna have something for everyone. We're gonna have Blackhawk shirts. We're gonna have whiskey shirts. We're gonna have White Sox shirts. We're gonna have Cubs shirts for the bums in the bleachers. And all of that money, like it's always done, it's not going to our pockets. We're going to reinvest it into the White Sox or the Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates. And we want to bring you bigger and better tailgates. There's talks about getting a huge sound system and just different things that are going to go a long way into, funding the tailgates and things like that. So if you guys do, when the time is right, we're going to have a couple shirts out and ready to go. And we're excited about it. Not only that, but it's gone so well. Like the first one, how long have we been doing this? 1.5, 2 years now. People have been so supportive from the jump. So we can't thank you guys enough.
Oh yeah.
All right, Johnny, do you want to get back in the lab, or you got anything else to talk about? You want to talk about your matchup a little more? I know Spags, he's a close friend of ours. He's a bumbassador, if you will. He's a friend of the bums. Are you going to take it easy on him, or are you going to go ham?
Well, I mean, last year when I did the first 2 rounds, I was really not putting any video content out there. I was mostly more posters on Twitter, little graphic design stuff that I do. So it was a lot of that, and it kind of like led me to the 3rd round when I faced you. That's when I started doing the video content. I'm gonna have to put out like Francis Ford Coppola type of like content going on here, or maybe like, I don't know. I might have to strip or something like that, or I might have to do something to get a huge content of votes or on my side. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do here to go on to the further rounds, because I'm facing like timeout.
Listen, motherfucker, and I say that with all due respect, Johnny. I've been trying to pimp you out for years, and if you're gonna be doing all of the stripping and all of the content, it's going to be on the bums dime. We got to make money off of it, not Beef Loaf Chorizo and My Sock Summer. We appreciate them putting us in this 108 tournament. But if you're getting hoard out for content, I want it to be on our watch.
There's enough of me to go around, okay?
That's true. Too. That's true.
There's definitely enough for me to go around. So I'm going to have to come up with something like out of the park.
You show hog. There's rumors. I almost want to make it like a Vegas thread or like a Vegas thing. There's rumors that Artie Gumball is going to show hog, or Vino, or any of these other characters. You might be a dark horse to show hog.
Yeah,
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, and if there has to be something where I have to like, kind of like how you were talking about Zoe, a break in case of emergency.
Yeah,
I might have to do something so out of the ordinary that it's gonna blow people out of the water. Who knows? Like I said, I mean, I got a little bit of couple days to think about it, but it has to be quick because it's gonna come up here next week. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to think of something smart.
Hog odds. We're gonna if Bovada or DraftKings or anyone wants to sponsor the bums, we got to put those odds out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be like Marky Mark from what was that movie?
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, yeah.
Oh my God! Hold on a second. We're related, so I don't want to go too deep into this, but there's no way, Johnny. No, there's no way.
Friday Night Johnny's fun, man.
I know. He's not even drinking, and
I'm not even drinking. I I had a long ass day.
Yeah.
I had a long ass trip. I came back from Green Bay last night.
Yeah, how
And I
was
was
it?
completely tired. Extremely
Yeah, the
tired.
rumors of
All
Johnny
the
is
driving. Yeah.
this is now people in the comments are intrigued. This is interesting. No wonder you never wear shorts. I never see you in shorts. You can't. Suckers hitting the knees.
I got a third leg. No, I was just completely tired, like coming back from Green Bay. There was this one thing, you know what? I don't know if I should hold off this story until Monday or maybe talk about it right now. It's nothing big. In Green Bay, we were at this bar, and there was this thing. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Wisconsin before, but or any Wisconsin bar, but they have this thing where they have this like ring on a rope, and you throw it onto this hook to see if you can get it on there. And that thing was driving me nuts. Like I was definitely trying to hit it. And there's definitely a strategy because you can't just let it go and it's going to go on the hook. And you can't toss it hard because it's going to go over it. It's not going to hook. So you literally, there's a strategy to go and do it. I did get it after my 20th try, but it was definitely an interesting little game.
So, were you playing against anybody or no?
No. I was just, and Brian, I don't know if that's a Wisconsin thing or not. It was just something I've never seen before. But no, it was a coworker of mine. He was kind of showing me like, the how to go about it. So it was, I mean, it was fun. It was just, it just, I never thought that something like that. It's kind of like that whole thing where you put the ball in a cup type of thing. It's the same concept basically.
Yeah, so like the traditional way to do it is they have like 3 slots and you line up shots, and as you hit the ring, shot moves, and once it hits the center, the other person takes a shot. So it could get real nasty real fast.
As much as it seems like the dumbest game in the world, you're so intrigued to try to get that thing on a hook.
Totally.
Yeah.
The comments are excited about the size of your shirt. Did you now realistically, Johnny?
I don't wear any mediums, man.
Yeah. What size shirt is that?
Me, okay.
Is it a men's large or a kid's extra large?
Oh, shut the fuck up. It's a medium. It's a medium. I always wear medium shirts, I never wear anything like where it's small or whatever, except for that jersey that I wore that one time.
I just and obviously you work out, we don't, Dougie, but like I've never seen sleeves like cuffed that high. Like, did you get it tailored? Like look at my shirt. My shirt's like up to my elbows. How do you get it looking this way?
Well,
because I look good in everything, baby. That's how I am. I mean, what am I going to tell you? It just naturally goes like that. So
there's a reason why they call the shirts we wear beefy tees. Okay.
Yeah. The Hanes beefy tees. Those are the ones we fit into, Dougie.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny, that's probably what, Express or something?
No, it's Hanes. It's Hanes. It's a Hanes like.
No way.
Yes, it is.
That can't be a Hanes.
It is. It is a Hanes shirt. You want me to take it off?
That's what it looks like. Express or like a H&M or one of those European brands.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a Hanes like t-shirt. I just
like you and Michael Jordan are the only two people that look good in a Hanes t-shirt. No one else can pull it off.
It's tagless too, so it's even better. I've been drinking a lot of Gatorade. No,
we're not taking it off. We're not doing that until it's lot B and it's for money.
Yeah, I have to save all my content for later.
And or like another peek behind the curtain. We're close to getting the super chats off the ground. Maybe we're gonna have to super chat for a couple bucks. Johnny takes his shirt off. That'll be the incentives. Nips for tips.
Oh, or we can do like a thing to where it's like, like $5, he keeps it off for 2 minutes. $10 keeps it off for 3 minutes.
Wait, this is a great idea. And I like that this Bums Happy Hour is now just workshopping bits because it's going to be awesome. So what we're going to do as soon as the super chats are live, we're going to start with our shirts off, Dougie, me and you.
Yes.
And then Doug and Johnny will keep his on.
Right.
And then it's like, you got to get to a certain threshold and people are going to start bidding like, oh, we don't want to see that. Put your shirts on. And then, oh, we do want to see that. Take your shirt off. This
I
is
love it.
now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas.
We're cooking with gas now. Absolutely. Pay to unsee.
Yeah, P2NC. You're gonna be burned in your retinas. All right. Let's talk about a couple more matchups. I know HBIC is not here yet, but we're gonna talk about his region. He was on the 108 podcast yesterday, and I mean, he got kind of roasted, which is tough scenes, but but he handled his own well. He did well, so he was very entertaining, and I thought he did well. He represented the bums well, but looking at this 108 region compared to last year, where it was me, Johnny, and Julie in this region, he's got a tough road. I think like right away, Vino as a 1 seed. We joke about showing hog and all this stuff, but he is capable of anything, and he's rightful 1 seed. So how do you guys feel like this region's going to play out for Jason?
I think it's going to be a little bit of a rough road. You know, and I don't know if it's just like this year, because like last year was my first year, your first year, and I felt like there was like maybe less people that we knew, like you had to go look up accounts. Now it feels like I'm like, holy shit, he's in this. Wow, he's in that, she's in that. They're pairing these two up against each other. It feels like either this community has grown that much in a year, or maybe we just know that many more people now. There are a lot of sneaky people in this bracket.
Yeah,
That
like
could really cause waves.
For this bracket, which is the under 1,000 followers and the under 500 followers. Like the under 500 follower bracket, like all of the people there are like awesome people. Like I'm like, I don't know who I'm gonna vote for, but everyone's cool. And in this case, like Vino and CJ Loman is the 8 seed. I think everyone's expecting a Vino CJ Loman matchup, but Gordo's there offering edibles to the world. He might just be I call him the Willy Wonka of La B. If he cooks up enough merchandise, like he might coast through this thing. So we got Gordo, which he's a friend of the bums, and then on the other side, like Tadahito is a big name, and same thing with Jackie. Jackie's a dark horse. So this whole side of the bracket is awesome. Shigerian Prince is like a meme god. That guy just memes people to death. Arjun is an Arjun is an up and comer. And it's just interesting. So I know Jason has some things cooking, but this is not going to be as easy as I think he thinks it is. But I mean, obviously, we're all in it together. We're the bums are in it together. So we're trying to get him to go far. We got another guest. We got a surprise guest here. And this is interesting because I got the comment and it said, what happened? You know what? Let me just bring her on. And Missy, you get stung by bees? What the hell's happening here?
I pet my cat and then I took a nap and I woke up and now I look like this.
Oh shit.
I don't know why I'm allergic and I have one. I constantly live with it, but I'm alive. I'm ready to get going. That was just my nap going into the tourney, but I'm ready. I'm up forever now.
I am super allergic to cats.
Yeah, and the problem is, while I was icing it, I don't have medicine to help it. He comes up and I start petting him again, and I'm like, well, this is my problem. But he's just so cute. I love him, so I'm gonna still pet him.
Yeah,
that's a tough scene, being allergic to your own pet.
He's cute. It's okay.
All right, so let's talk about the Summer of George region a little more. I know we talked about Johnny getting railroaded, but you're the obvious number 1 seed for a reason. You came out like out of the gate last year was your first year like us, and obviously you came out gangbusters and kind of showed the world how the content game goes. How are you expecting this region to play out?
This one, okay, I think this one's perfect. I love that they put me in the Summer of George region because me and him did 4 Locos shotgun, we're just drinking 4 Locos all last year. So I felt like that was kind of symbolic. I'm trying to see. I can't see that well.
You need your cheaters. Last time you were on the Bumcast, you put on your old person glasses. We need to get those.
I don't have a contact in. Billy Wires being in that. Oh, it's just a very chaotic region overall. I think the funniest matchup will be if me and Johnny both make it to the second round. That will be interesting. And I definitely think if Billy pushes all the way through and I somehow meet him, that would be funny as well. But I don't. Beef is a sick bastard for this one.
Yeah, I mean,
this region, he's a sick son of a bitch.
I lived it all of last year, so I'm not surprised it happened again. He's an agent of chaos.
He is. I immediately messaged him. I was like, this is not hate mail. This is a you absolute sick son of a bitch. You did so good this year. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but
do you have anything now I'm like I'm asking about Scoop City. Is there anything you can give us content wise that like we should be out on the lookout for? Last year you did a little bit of everything, a 24-hour stream, an obstacle course. You did like karaoke with Mitch and all kinds of crazy things. Is there anything you could give us? Yeah, it was like a variety show. Yeah, you're basically Johnny Carson.
I had animal balloons at one point. What else? I did a whole True Detective series about CHGO against Herb because that was my last shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely bring back some reoccurring bits. I definitely think there's some things that need a annual tag to them, like the obstacle course. Definitely got to be an annual thing at some point in the year. I'm definitely, if I make it to a certain point, I'll tease it. If I get to a certain point, I'll do a legit 12-hour live streams. I only did about 8 hours, but I'll do a 8 to 8 live stream. I did take what's it called? I did take a night off, or what did I took a Friday off in preparation.
Wow. All right. So you're like, we talked about not putting the cart before the horse because we have some tough matchups. But as a 1 seed, you kind of have to look ahead. So you took a day off work.
Oh yeah, I took that Friday off if I were to advance to that round where I'm going to do the 12-hour live stream. So I don't do what I did last year and went to work on no sleep.
Yeah.
And fell asleep in my car in the parking lot.
Eesh.
And then woke up and I won.
Peek behind the curtain. Julie dropped off coffee for you in the morning.
I was a mess. She dropped off a large coffee. It wasn't enough to do it, but it helped get through the first half of my shift, so that was fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do that again, for sure. And I just have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of people in my life are gonna make a little appearance. People you guys I've never shown you, like my parents and my siblings. Yeah, and I think now that I work 6 to 2, I'm not doing those 2 to times like last year. I have way more time to pump. You thought I put out a lot of content.
Yeah, that's true.
I have way more time to do content throughout the day now. This is. I think with the schedule and now knowing I could push the limits, I think this is my year.
Do you know what? I mean, I think it is your year as well. I think another year, a year in experience, and a year to be thinking about the content.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on a fucking second here.
I mean, come on, man.
This hold on. Shut up. This hasn't even started yet, and you guys are just literally founder going on to the next round. You don't think I'll be able to do anything to blow anybody out of the water?
You do. Show hog.
No. You just said it. You're just burying me. You're just burying me right now.
Dude, Johnny, I'm on your side. I would love to slut you out.
I'm facing you. Yeah, how are you on my side?
I 100% think that Peter forgot that Johnny was here because he didn't talk for 5 minutes and he was just like, yeah, this is your year. You're blowing through this thing.
I typically don't host these shows. Usually Jason's there hosting and I'm in the background doing the comments. and talking all around. Yeah, I was busy with looking at the tweets and seeing if anyone else wants to come on. Yeah, maybe I did forget. I didn't forget Johnny was on the show. I forgot that they were going against each other
Yeah, I
in
kind
this
of
moment.
forgot about that too. And then when he said something, oh yeah, oh that's why this is a hard match.
Don't blame me, Johnny. Blame Beefloaf.
Hey, that was such a good 2 minutes. Missy's eye already looks better.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, it's
We're
already
Yay!
we're curing you with laughter.
yes.
Yay! I'm trying to drive soon, so hopefully it slows down.
Damn.
Oh man.
All right. So when can we do? Are we gonna get like a pregame show aspect to the 108 tournament, or is that on the back burner until after the 108 tournament?
It's on the back burner. I don't know if we're gonna do one more, but it is an off-season show. It's a lot to do during the White Sox season because there are Friday
Good to
night
know.
games. I obviously now I'm with Sports Mockery, so I have to be putting all my attention into that too. So it's pretty much going to be an off-season thing. I mean, we have too much White Sox content to digest during the year, and nothing on the off-season. So I'll contribute to the off-season.
I like that. And selfishly, we could do the Bums Happy Hour every other Friday or whenever we can.
Coordinate. Yeah, we could coordinate a couple times.
Nah, this was a trial run. I think we want to do these while the 108 tournament is going on. And like I mentioned, it's for not just us, but if people want to come on and talk trash or talk about their matchups and things like that, that's what I'm hoping this can be. So
I will come on and give a show if you need me to.
Appreciate that. I like that. Drew Bogue's in the account. Johnny didn't hear no bell. I do appreciate that, Johnny. You gotta,
man,
like we talk about in boxing, a puncher's chance.
Yeah, I think me and Johnny's matchup could be close. I
think so too.
No, it's not.
I think it could be.
It's not.
We just have to make sure we both get through our first round, so we can.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
upsets
to be had.
Like not to disrespect the people that were facing in the first round, because obviously Shane is always goes to our tailgates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to look ahead of anybody whatsoever, because who knows, Shane might pull an upset. That's what happened to plenty of people in this tournament. That's why it's so good. It's like an NCAA tournament. You don't know what might happen.
Right.
So definitely I'm not disrespecting Shane or my first round opponent whatsoever. He did put that tweet out. I trying to keep up with Twitter today. I've had a long day, so but I did see he put something out there, like who knows what might happen, but yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, Shane does put out some sneaky content, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I forgot who I'm facing.
Oh my God, Missy!
Isn't it Joshua Tapper?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever interacted with him, so I'm just gonna keep it that way. I don't want to. I'm not going to talk bad about any of my opponents. If anything, I will lift them up. I did that last year, and it was great. I felt guilty free. I felt like I was being nice, and that's all I would like in life.
Yeah.
I'll talk up Josh Tapper, 16 seed, first time in the tournament. He's a friend of the Bums. He watches the show and he actually listens to the show sometimes because he'll let me know when the podcast feed isn't up. So I like Josh Tapper. He won last year for the 108 tournament. I gave away a bottle of E.H. Taylor, and I said, whoever votes for me and shows me their receipts, you'll be entered to win in the raffle. And Josh Tapper won the raffle. So he's a bourbon bum. So yeah, he's a friend of the Bums.
Sweet. Oh man, now.
But yeah,
now
Josh, no offense, you got no chance. Nah, don't feel worse. That's sometimes, boot meets ant. Sometimes that stuff happens.
Last year I felt so terrible and I had to beat Mrs. Beefloaf just to go on to lose to Herb Lawrence.
Yeah, Herb's a wagon.
Yeah,
I was going through all my tweets from last year, and you could just see the life drain out of me throughout that last day. I was like, and it ended with when Herb got all of like the sports broadcast stars in Chicago to say vote for Herb Lawrence. And I was like, you just literally nailed my coffin there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even. Alyssa Bergamini is telling everyone to go vote for Herb Lawrence. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's tough.
No, it was like the same thing with me. I was like, I was never really hanging with Mitch. I was just always kind of like getting close and catching up to him, And then Johnny actually reached out to one of the heavy hitters at Bulls Twitter and got him to tweet it out. And then all of a sudden I was like, boom, neck and neck. And then all of a sudden they dropped Cubs Twitter on me. And
no.
they dropped Cubs Twitter on me. And that was it.
I don't know if you guys saw on Pinwheels on Wednesday, Sports Mockery Tom just straight up out the gate said he's trying to get me to win. He's going to get Cubs Twitter on my side.
I saw it. He quotes, or he either quote tweeted or retweeted something you did today.
Yeah.
Where he's like, where did that come from? Just because of the Sports Mockery connection?
I guess, yeah. We both just started. And I don't know what I'm not complaining. I will take all of the help I can get. Sorry, Prez, he jumped on it first. So I will be taking his whatever endorsements he gives me. But I got to be smart about it because I don't want people thinking I'm a little north side to be an MSS cuck. I would appreciate the civil votes of those people if they would so have me. So
I mean, it's South side behavior is not North side behavior, so I think you're safe.
Yeah. I'm usually an unfriendly North side person on that account too, on the business account. So hopefully they don't dig that up on me. But I do appreciate just out of nowhere. Fizz and Aldo. Where's this love been from you guys all along? He jumped in out of nowhere. I didn't ask about nothing. And I was like, oh man. So
all right,
I got a couple good things going for me right now.
I really appreciate you coming on. So now, no offense, now Johnny, we got ammo. We got a Cubs allegiance over here. That's the way. This is the way we win. This is the way we win, Johnny. We're gonna clip this.
I'm definitely gonna have my Polecats allegiance. I got that for sure. So that's definitely on the board. I'm gonna have to really campaign. I'm gonna have to go on the streets. I'm gonna have to go to a couple bars. I'm gonna have to start campaigning there, putting flyers everywhere, just putting vote. Going Bridgeport. Obviously, I'm here, so it's a lot of people that I have connections with, a lot of Southsiders. So I'm definitely gonna have to pull all the strings over here. So it's definitely gonna be tough.
I want to bring up one last thing before we move on. But Lucky Spags is in the comments saying if you don't have a podcast or ever been on one before, you don't have the popularity to win in this tournament like myself, but at least we're having fun losing. Yes, that's a good mindset to have, but this is the reason we're doing the show. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to do this, because Taco Gladiator JR did the same thing last year, saying people that aren't tied to a certain media brand or like the Bums or Pinwheels or Southside Behavior or whatever, it's a tougher road for them. This is exactly why I want this show. Spags, if you want to come on the next time we do this and, drink a beer or do whatever content you want, this is the venue for that type of stuff. If you're an underdog and try to, you're going up against a bigger name, maybe come on and plead your case to the viewers and things like that. I'll clip it. I'll post it to the internet and stuff like that. This is exactly what we want. So yeah, Spags, I mean, next time, come on.
Right. And you know what? I could actually give a little piece of advice on that too, because last year during the tournament, I didn't have an allegiance. I started out as a lone wolf. I came on by myself and put out the content, put out the work. And then about second round, you guys reached out to me about being on the show. And that's how everything developed and how I became a Bumcast member. It's like, sometimes when you put yourself out there, people see who you are. Next thing you know, things happen. So, put yourself out there. You never know who's watching. Have fun.
I didn't really have one either. I was on from
you had a brand though.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. All right, get me on this
Yeah.
one. Sorry about that. Forget I
All
have
right.
that company account over there sometimes. It's like my alter ego.
Yeah.
With thousands and thousands of TikTok followers.
Yeah. I don't think I should. That's another thing. Last year, everyone, they're like, are you going to use your TikTok to get you votes? And I said, no, because I feel like that's cheating. And it was like a controversy. Everyone was like, you got to do whatever it takes to win. But I was like, I feel like I got more respect for not doing that. So I don't think
And to tell you the truth, I don't know how much of a correlation there is, between it's almost polar opposites. And I don't want to say it's an old and young thing, but it started off that way, and now it really isn't that much. But I don't know how much a TikTok following would translate to a White Sox Twitter poll. Obviously, it helps. Like it's better to have it than not to have it. But like you mentioned, like I don't know how much it would have helped if you did.
Yeah, I agree. I think the ones that do follow me on Twitter, obviously, were behind me, but
yeah, that would be the hard thing too, is like, even if she went on TikTok and was like, hey, go vote for me, if those people aren't registered on Twitter and have to go through the steps just to register to click a button, most of them probably aren't going to do it.
It's too many.
Now, see, here's the thing. Like, if Twitter was able to do that poll where you're able to like vote regardless if you're a Twitter user or not, then that would be wild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a completely different tournament.
Yeah, it would be a totally different tournament where people like can do that. But obviously that makes sense. And what Missy was saying about like not going to like the TikTok like followers and all that. Yeah, that's definitely respect. Like you're not going to like go use your TikTok star following to go and like ask for other people to vote for you when they have either they do know what's going on White Sox Twitter or they don't. Like, you just put that aside and you're doing it respectfully and you're going on Twitter and you're getting those votes the right way, I guess, if you want to call it, and not the bots way. Hopefully there's no bots issues going on here in this tournament, but you're probably going to run into it.
We're going to see. We're going to see how Elon is running the ship when the bots start happening. All right, Missy, thank you so much for coming. This is awesome. You originally didn't want to come on because you said the cat got you good, but I appreciate you coming on. And hopefully you come on like a couple more of these. We're gonna keep doing these as long as the tournament goes on.
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Missy.
All right,
good luck with that drive. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
All right, Johnny, you want to go make some shirts, or you're here for the long haul?
I'm here. I'm almost done with it. So it's like nothing like it's like, I have to like do a lot more to it. So it's coming out really good. So I think you guys will like it.
I'm pumped to see it. All right, we got one more guest before we wrap up. We got 20 minutes to go. And like I mentioned on the Twitter poll or the Twitter video when I promoted the show, this is a show for not just people in the tournament, but just White Sox Twitter in general. It's a good way to, I know like Erin's in the comments and she's huge on Instagram and TikTok, but not really hasn't made her way into Twitter, but she's on it more frequently now. So this would be a good venue for her as well. But we got Drew Bogues. Drew Bogues is someone that's very familiar with White Sox Twitter. And I want to pick your brain. Like I'm sure you watched the show last night and you were kind of like, watching and seeing everything unfold. What are your initial thoughts on not only the bums, but just the tournament in general?
I think the matchups, number one, are crazy. Beef did a phenomenal job in layering every single matchup up perfectly to where you've got so many like personalities to where they're either really hated or they're really loved on both ends. Like I said in the comments, Marge and Fitz, I don't know where I'm gonna go. Johnny, I love you. I love the tight t-shirts. Like I said in the comments, you could be the kazooie to my banjo. If you played N64, I'll carry you around.
Wow, that's
Milwaukee.
A deep reference. I mean, I understood it, but wow, banjo kazooie reference off the.
We were just playing Nintendo today. The wife and I were just playing it before the happy hour, so we were having some couple time. But yeah, Johnny, you could be the kazooie to my banjo. I'll carry you around Milwaukee for a little bit. But no, there's just so many good matchups, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to just watch the content come through and Plus, I get to have a beer and drink with you guys. Drink some
There you go,
Gumball Head
Gumball Head.
There you
Yeah.
go.
from my hometown of Munster, Indiana.
I was about to say from your hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana, but that's
It is not
an running
Indianapolis,
joke we have.
Indiana. No, it is not.
That shtick is never going to get old.
It will never get old.
Yeah, no, dude, we love Three Floyds. I love
yeah.
Gumball Head. That's
Mhm.
they're the OGs. I remember
Yeah,
me
they
and
are.
Jason driving to Munster
Mhm.
way back in the day, like and getting the like Arctic Panzer Wolf was something that I was a big fan of, and then obviously like Dark Lord Day was a huge thing in of itself. But yeah. So yeah, Drew. What do we think about here? I'm gonna like as an outsider, like we'll
Mhm.
talk about that. What do you think about our matchup specifically? I know we talked about Johnny kind of getting railroaded here, but anything else that stands out from this bracket?
I mean, like I said, this one has so many matchups to where I don't know what I'm going to be doing. As my friend's trying to FaceTime me for some reason. But Mayo Man Jack and Sorta Spooky. Sorta Spooky, she goes both kind of unhinged, but also really being super nice. This just has a bunch of matchups to where a few people I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Love Josh. I'm sorry, Josh, you have no chance against Missy. But even Shane and Johnny, this I love Shane, but I'm probably going to go Team Johnny here. But I don't know. I'm going to have to do just a blind coin flip on a lot of these. This Summer George region is a lot of toss-ups. A lot of toss-ups.
All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I just want to get your just rip your thoughts.
I want to see Joey P versus you in the semifinals. But I do think neither one of you have a cakewalk. You're both
No,
gonna have a
it's
really
tough,
big,
man.
no.
Tyrone
Yeah.
Palmer
Mhm.
and Colleen are dangerous threats. So
yeah. I
like,
saw one of Tyrone's tweets on Facebook. It was in a baseball group that they were trying to get me to join, and it was saying they were critiquing someone criticizing the MLB having women in the game, in the video game, and that blew up, which was ridiculous. Anyone who thought that was ridiculous. And then he put me being a White Sox fan going for the 10th championship, and it's gone viral, and he's getting more people on Twitter. Maddie's going to be a force. Candace and Ben, that's going to be a really good matchup. I'm really concerned about the Artie Luis Roberts butt cheeks matchup because I don't need to see Hog on my timeline. I'm good.
I mean,
I'm just going to scroll past that a little bit, but
I don't want to say it's perks of the trade, but it's also like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So to vote properly, you have to kind of wait for like the end of the day between Artie and butt cheeks, because we might see everything like between both of them.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to show more, butt cheeks, Artie, or Vino. But I mean, that's the mistake I made last year, was voting first when they came out. I was like, oh, just vote for who I knew. But now that I know so many more in White Sox Twitter, I actually have to wait throughout the day. Plus, with my job now, I don't get on Twitter as much because I'm not doing as much content creation for a trucking company. Yeah. I'm selling radio now, so I'm meeting with clients. So I'm going to have to just come home and I'll watch all the content and then make my vote.
True, you do make a good point about now, like obviously a lot of us was our first time getting into the tournament, and now that we're our sophomore year over here, we know a lot more people. We know a lot more, groups and whatever, and we become friends like with a lot of these people over the years. So I mean, over the years, since like last year. So it's definitely going to be tough because you don't want to like upset anybody else, and obviously they don't know who you're going to vote for or whatever. But yeah, it's not going to be anything where I'm just going to be like, all right, click, and I'm going to be like, next and next. I kind of want to see like, who I really want to like, vote for on that particular, like, and it is also too, Beef didn't mention it, the content, like what content are you going to come out with? What are you going to come out with to prove that you should be going on to the next round? I did and I'm one that, at fault, I was just putting up graphic design pictures up there. It wasn't really content that I was really putting out there. And then when I was going against Peter, I did put this last minute thing about putting up the Macho Man video content, and which, by the way, I look back at it now, it looks absolutely terrible. So,
what are you talking about? I used it for the intro to this show.
What?
Yeah.
He did.
You know what? Drew, pardon me for a second. I was proud of this intro. I'm going to run it again. Even though it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Don't. I filmed that Macho Man stuff. What are you talking about? The
No, I
Macho Man
know.
stuff came out good.
No, I know. You
I
know
like
what
the
it would
one of
probably
Dougie
been,
just like this with his
would have been a
beard.
lot better was when I was like literally taking the tape off. If you remember that little incident, I was trying to take the tape off and the tape was ripping my hair off. And I was in so much pain. And this guy was laughing the whole time.
Oh, hold on, bullshit. Now, all right, we're gonna take this off and we'll get everyone proper. I filmed that video of you crying about the tape, and you told me don't post that. I still have it on my camera roll. If you want me to post it for your first round matchup against Shane, that might get some votes. I still have it.
Oh, I didn't know you had it. No.
Oh. Dude, I have everything. When Jason was on the 108 show last night complaining about his first round matchup with Ed Yup, and he was saying like, what kind of guy has like pictures saved on his phone? My camera roll is a war zone, and I have everyone saved because you never know when that stuff's gonna come up. I could Photoshop it, or I could quote tweet it, or different things like that. That thing is that's me. Like, and if Jason wants to bum of the week me, that's true. But I've got ammo on everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I did screenshot Peter being really close to the camera, so I did screenshot that one.
Son of a bitch. See that might come back to haunt me. All right, let's do a couple more. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to give you a couple more things. So yeah, this is Julie's region. Drew, what do you think besides Julie, but everything else?
Again, there's just so many good matchups. I'm gonna have to see the content. Luke versus Sal is gonna be a good one. Alex and Sam is gonna be fun. Julie and Dos Sox, man. Julie and Roxy is the second round matchup. I love Barry Bag of Donuts, but Roxy's
I like
a force
Barry
too. Yeah, but I know the force, and if Julie can make it out of her 7-10 matchup, no offense, Julie, it's a tough matchup regardless. These are all tough matchups.
I think we all know.
But I do agree with what Roxy said last night. Jeff Bartlett is a dark horse, one of the nicest guys and one of the best people to just talk to and shoot the shit with while you're at a game. I think every time I've gone to a tailgate, I end up having a 20-minute conversation with him about anything and everything. He's just one of the nicest people ever. Cornsey being in the tournament now, she doesn't have to endorse all the ladies. Brett, I'm sorry, man. I'm picking Cornsey to upset you.
Yeah.
And I love Brett, but like, and then Cornsey versus Allie in the second round. But there's so many good matchups. And I feel bad for Matt Ramsey saying Jeff Bartlett's my dark horse, but I could see Jeff possibly going to just face Allie.
I mean, it really is true though, because like Matt Ramsey is a menace online, but Jeff, it's almost opposites. And I know that's why Beef did it on purpose. Jeff Bartlett's friends with everyone. He's like he's like a White Sox Twitter darling. And I make the joke, but it's the truth. Like Jeff Bartlett owns more Chicago Sports Bum shirts than I do. So like I'll do anything for Jeff Bartlett.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was like one of the first dudes to buy the pre-sale today on the hats. And dude, I mean, he is just a genuine good guy. Like it isn't like it isn't like just about like buying merchandise and stuff like that. I mean, like when the dude is your friend, he like invests in your entire family. I mean, I think the second time I saw him, he's like, "Oh, how's your daughter Madison?" I'm like, "Fuck it." I'm like, I hardly remember my daughter's name most days, but he's
to
just...
tell you the truth, Dougie, I thought it was Madeline until like 2 weeks ago.
But that's just how he is, dude. He's just a genuine good person. And sometimes when you're just a genuine good person, good things happen to you. And I totally agree. I believe that could be a really big upset.
Right, let's keep running through these because we got like 10 minutes to go.
Sorry.
And I want to get your thoughts on a lot of things. Any thoughts on the HBIC region with with Vino and everyone else involved.
Like I said, Shagiri Prince is going to be really tough. Selena's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
Jason's got his hands full if he can make it to the finals of his region in that area. But then, like I said in the comments, she's going to be a dark horse.
Yeah.
Vino versus Jackie. I know Gordo's saying that he's going to give away the gummies for votes, but I mean, he's going to make a profit somehow, so that's gonna end after a while. Much respect to Gordo, but I mean, even Jackie versus Tadahito, even Kevin's Bell, Jackie doesn't have an easy win there, but I would pick her as a dark horse. And Vino's Vino. Vino is just a nice person. He scared the crap out of me when I was at the game. He just goes, Drew, and like ran up to me, and I was like, oh gosh, I had no idea what was going on. It scared the living daylights out of me. It's just a nice person. But again, Jason's got a tough matchup. He's got a tough region, and I don't blame him for being very mad at Beef, and I don't blame Beef for laughing because Beef set him up. Beef set him up really well. But then you look at every matchup, he set everyone else up.
Yeah, he's the.
It's really well done.
He's
the puppet master.
Yeah, he's the puppet master. He's the man with the plan. We had no one. This is the region I was talking about. This is the under 500 follower region, and there's so many good people in this. Like, Jared has been a friend of the Bums for a long time. Comic Punk Guy is my guy. I mean, we did a wrestling show together for close to a year with Brian S. So it's tough. CD44 was in the comments earlier. Yeah. So I'm not going to say I'm going to abstain because I'm going to be a man and I'm going to pick a side, but Comic Punk Guy and CD44 is tough because CD44 is in our comments for the Bumcast every week. And Comic Punk Guy was a co-host of mine. So I'm going to have to, that's a burden I'm going to have to bear, but I will pick a side. So tune in for that. Yeah. But then everyone else involved in this region, Hot Dog Larry is a weapon. I don't know if people noticed, but like he wrote or like he was like one of the main writers for New Girl. Like he is a Hollywood like for real
I never knew that.
Dude. Yeah. So it's like he's creative. He's already been pumping out content for like the last week, whether it's like that old like 80s show. Yeah. And then he did the Blues Brothers thing today. Hot Dog Larry is awesome. So I think he has a chance to go very, very far in this. And then everyone else involved. We got the 11th Ward crew, which I thought were fake people for a long time. I didn't know they were real, like actual people. So it's like Ricky Shifter and then what's like that Bob Tolan guy. Like I didn't know they were real people, but credit to them. They are actual people. Then our guy Talk Vomit James, he's been friend of the Bums for a long time. This is a really, really hard region.
I mean, Larry just got my New Girl's one of my favorite shows ever. So Larry just got my vote to go all the way. No offense to anyone else. Jerry, Jared, Comic Book Guy, CD44, Alina, Adam and Black. No offense to all y'all, but Hot Dog Larry's my pick now, just because of love and New Girl. That just won me over. So Bologna, he owes you a beer, or he owes you a beer.
Yeah, all right. There's a lot of guys too. Like, I mean, Andy's
Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy is all over our stuff with the Blackhawks drinking game and everything like that. He's recently sober, so cheers to that, man. Cheers to sobriety. Jerry O'Sullivan. I mean, that dude.
I love Jerry O'Sullivan. He's a local guy too. So he told me, we met at 108 Day, and he told me about like people coming over to his like garage in basement to do bourbon nights. And I'm like, dude, we're like 10 minutes away. I was like, I'll come to you, you come to me. So yeah, Jerry O'Sullivan is another guy. I mean, it slipped the mind, but 2-seed.
Yeah, Jerry's such a great guy.
I mean, this division last year, which was what I was in last year, there was a bunch of nobodies. This thing is packed this year.
Awesome. Yeah.
With a bunch of like, that's the thing. And they said this about me last year, was like, they were shocked that I was under 500. I am shocked that these people are in that state. I mean, get out there and like, go look at every single one of these names and go follow them now.
Yeah. Very much.
No, I agree. All right. We got a couple more before we're finished for the night. This is the Sunday Silk region. Dougie, you said your piece, so I just want to get Drew's thoughts.
Dougie, I love you.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Time out. I'm going to go back. Gordo's in the comments said, "Thanks for calling me a nobody." I didn't say that at all. I said specifically, you got to go back, Gordo, and please watch the whole thing because we're building up our watch hours. I said you are the Willy Wonka of Lot B, and that you offered gummies for votes yesterday. And I said that can go very far. And I said that might be a way to win this whole region. So I didn't call you a nobody, Gordo. I love you.
Gordo,
You're,
go with the
you're
Candyman
somebody
theme.
in my heart.
Yeah.
Gordo.
Go with the Candyman theme. When he's just draining candy around, just do that.
Make it
That's
rain.
your content. There's your content idea.
Second best beard on White Sox Twitter.
Sunday,
we got a budding Dougie Gordo rivalry now. You said second best beard on White Sox Twitter, and he said I was in Dougie's bracket last year. So you're the one
so he
calling
said
him a nobody.
Oh, sorry.
Damn, Dougie. Tough scenes.
Moving on to the Sunday soak.
Moving on to the Sunday soak. Dougie,
Yeah.
foot in mouth. Doug, what do you got?
Just Dougie versus Tina. I love both of them. They're two of the nicest people. Much respect to Dougie. He's helped me out with a lot of things. Much respect to Tina, one of the nicest people and one of the White Sox royalty couples. Yumper's going to be a force. Your dog's a force. Dan Reyes is a force. Mrs. Beef versus Sox Mom would be a great. Melissa's a wonderful person, great writer. Melissa versus or Sox Mom versus Mrs. Beef, and that final over there would be great. And then Brian Knights is a force. Brian Knights is such a force, and just such a force. He pumps out great content.
He's got the Barstool vote, which goes a long way in a tournament like this. So yeah, that's the this is the first Bums Happy Hour. Drew, thank you for your insight and everything else. I want to thank obviously Julie, my wife, for roasting me for a while. Southside Zoe, Matt Zawoski, and all the crew from Pinwheels and Ivy in the comments. Missy for joining us, and then Drew, and obviously Johnny. You took time out of your day because you're working. And we got to get you back to work.
Yeah, I got to go back
to work. That $20 offer stands, Johnny. That $20 offer. I'm serious. Milwaukee stands.
So yeah, so that is the first Bums Happy Hour. We're going to keep doing these. I want to keep doing this while the 108 tournament is going on. And like I said, if Shane or anyone else that doesn't have a podcast or doesn't have a vehicle to express and get out their thoughts, this is the way to do it. DM me specifically or the Chicago Sports Bums Twitter page. Say, hey, I want to come on. I want to, give me 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. And this is where you can do that. So I'm excited about that. As always, thank you to the 108 guys for even putting us in this tournament, and Beef, Chirizi, and My Sox Summer. We appreciate all of that. But thank you, everyone, for commenting along, following along. If you can, please like, subscribe, and share, because that goes a huge way into growing the Chicago Sports Bums brand. And then last thing, you got to vote Bums, right? We're all voting Bums.
Hold on, one more thing. Before you guys go, head over to the Sadistic Penguins and go check out their show. Show's starting about a minute. You guys aren't doing nothing else on a Friday. Get your ass over there.
Sadistic Penguin Studios. We got Yumper and Roxy. Roxy saw Fight Club for the first time, so I'm actually going to be in those comments later. So I'm excited about that. So just hop over there, and then stay tuned for the next happy hour with the Bums, because we're going to be doing this for at least until the end of the 108 tournament. Cheers, guys. Bye, guys.
Cheers.